Hey everyone, this is Stan with Opencart.rocks. I just wanted to take you through the setup of Opencart. Now, right now I've logged into a demo account. This is the admin area. So this is where you would log in and do your settings. Right now I'm on the dashboard. This is the default where you land. And here's the menu, and if you want to expand this you can, and I'll do that just so that you can see the different areas and you don't have to just see the icons. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually go in and set up the store. And so you do that by going to System, Settings, and here's your store information. Now when you first install it, it does just give you some default settings in there. It also gives you some default categories, products, manufacturers, a few different things like that that you'll need to go in and remove when you're ready to do that. But it's nice to have those in there so you can kind of see how things are done. So I'm just going to click on this Edit button here, and you can see that there's several tabs across the top here. You just want to go through each one of those, fill those out, and make sure they have the right information. So I mean, right here, you know, we can change the store to whatever we want. Let's just put Opencart Demo. You do Joe Doe, and you want to have your full address here. And if you want to put a geocode here, you can do that. This email you want to have, make sure you have a good email here. I believe this is the one that that is used for sending emails, so you want to make sure it's a good valid one. Also, you want that if a client replies to you, you want to make sure this is one that you would check. So here's your phone number, your fax number. This image really isn't too relevant. It's not your logo, and you can put it there if you want. I believe it's just for your purposes, like when you're in the admin area, you can know what store you're on. Opencart does allow you to do multiple stores, but that's a whole different topic right now. So opening times, I'm not sure where these two are displaying, but those are two things you can fill them in if you want. And then you just go on to the next ones. Now the meta title, anytime you see it say meta title, meta tag, those have to do, or meta keywords, those have to do with search engine optimization. That has to do with like keywords that Google is going to look for on your site and going to try to apply your site to that category. You want to be careful and only put specific to your site. Now this one is where you'd put your general information, and then on each product you'll put specific information. So make sure you're general in here and then be specific later. Now you can change templates here. You can actually download and install multiple templates to use. You can also stylize a template slightly different for Christmas or Easter or Halloween or whatever, and then switch between it whenever you're ready. The only thing you need to be careful of is to make sure that it also works with all your extensions that you have installed, and that it doesn't break anything, of course, when you switch between it and when people go to use your site. The next tab is local. Local means that we're going to set our custom or our specific category items to our area. So for example, the country that we are residing in, or that our cart is in, this one is in the United States. This is a demo one, but that's where I'm located. Of course would want to put your state and all that. I'm in Utah. English, US dollar, update currency automatically. This is if somebody comes and they have a different currency set on their browser, it'll update for them. I'm going to go to inches and ounces. You could go to pounds if your items are larger, but if you're shipping smaller items, it's best just to do it all in pounds. That's some of the things that I found out. So we go to options next. Now this is really kind of an extensive list of things that you just kind of need to go through one by one and decide what settings you're going to use. And you do have these little helps. They're not super helpful. They just kind of give you a kind of general idea of what that field is about, but they are there and they can kind of help you figure it out if you do have questions. If you're hosting this with us at Opencart.rocks, then you for sure contact us and we'd be happy to help you understand some of these things. But basically just go through them, do them the best you can, kind of figure out what you need, and go from there. Okay, so the next tab that we're going to look at is the image tab. This is where you're going to set your default sizes and also where you're going to set your logo. This is the store logo that will be in your on your home page or on all the other pages. This is the icon that will be on the tab on your browser. It's they call it a fab icon or whatever. It's that icon. FTP information, you don't really need to have that in there, except it's useful for installing extensions and things like that. But you really don't need to have that in there for now, and I usually don't even use it because I install most of my extensions straight through FTP itself. But it is there, and so you could put that information in if you wanted to, but you don't need to. Same with the mail information. Most of your mail is going to go out through the script itself. If you want it to go out through the mail server, then you can set this information. Not too much difference there. Just depends on how you want to set it up. Fraud, there are companies, they have MaxFind fraud detection system where you can go and pay them and they will help you detect fraud. If you want to set that up, then here's where you do that. Lastly, you'd want to set up the server information. This is where you choose if you have a secure server SSL certificate. If you are asking people to put in credit card information in, then you definitely want to have a secure server certificate in SSL. That means that when you click this, your site will automatically default to HTTPS : instead of HTTP : So it adds the S in there, and it basically you have to have a secure certificate. And if you're hosting from us, you can request one of those from us. So here's where you would put in another thing is SEO URLs. This is an important thing because if you go to your site without SEO URLs and say you pick a product, it'll say something like yoursite.com/index.php ? Product ID equals 491 or whatever. If you're doing SEO URLs, which means it's search engine optimized, specifically used for search engine optimization, that means it's going to give a better URL like yourdomain.com/teddybears or something to that. So it's actually just going to give the keywords that you use there. But you'd also need to make sure that you do that with your products, that you put in the SEO slug in there as well. The max file size, you can change that. Here's just some regular settings. Most of these other things you can kind of figure out. If you are hosting with us, you still have questions, please feel free to contact us. Just go to opencart.rocks and click on the contact us link. Thanks.